Hi, welcome to Alex Rocks. I'm Suzy Q, Dhol, and tonight we're coming virtually from the Dogs Bar.
Hi, I'm Mark E. Love the Dogs Bar, supporting live music 7 nights a week in the heart of St Kilda. And tonight on Alex Rocks, we've got Tommy from the Casanovas and Jake from Clowns.
And later in the show, I'll be talking to Steve Kilby, the Renaissance man who was the lead singer of the Church. Right now, we've got Mark E. and Tommy from the Casanovas.
All right, hey, we've got Tommy from the Casanovas here. Welcome to Alex Rocks. How are you, Tommy?
I'm very well, thanks. It's a pleasure to be here. Cheers.
Oh, nice one. Thanks for joining us today. You've just released Reptilian Overlord last week? Or just
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago now, yeah. How's it going?
Definitely, I'm really glad to have put it out and have it out there, as opposed to, just holding off and just, one thing I can't stand about is being stagnant. I love to be able to do the work, release the album, and then move on to the next one. So that's out now, and we're actually just booking studio time for the next record now for early next year. So
it's great, yes, I think it really makes a difference, especially now when you can't play live, and you can't get out there like normally you would. But I think it's so important to have new material coming out. Is fantastic. I know it's so hard. A lot of bands are finding it hard to do this, hey, look, it's fantastic that you guys have got an album out.
It's really lucky that we'd got it all done before, it would have been illegal for us to do it, obviously, over the last few months. So to get that out there and have that all done, and, all we need to do now is like just promo online and stuff, which we can do from home and stuff. But, it is a bummer because we would have been in Europe at the moment. We would have been touring around Europe, but that'll have to wait till next year. So we'll probably go around this time next year and probably tour in South America as well.
Right. Wow. Yeah.
So a lot to look forward to, and doing another album next year. So
yeah. Cheers, Tommy. Thanks again, mate. You take it easy.
You too.
All right. Hey, we got Jake from Clowns. How are you, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Very well. Welcome to Alex Rocks. How's it all going with Clowns, with you guys? During these crazy times, how are you rolling with stuff?
Very slowly, I guess, would be the best way to say it. But, we're trying our best to adapt and make use of the time, probably like a lot of other artists, just write in this very space you see, my bedroom with my guitar and my practice amp right here, and that's the most of it. We're just waiting for some studios to open up so we can start laying down some tracks that we've written. So hopefully in the coming weeks, we'll see.
So you're writing. Is this so? You got plans for a new album? Obviously, album number 5. That will be for you guys, for Clowns.
Yeah. Album number 5. We had plans to release the record probably, we wanted to do it by the end of the year, but I think that given the times, we'll probably just, take our time. I don't feel like we necessarily need to rush an album out when we can't really play. Yeah, it's still good to do, but I suppose like touring is just such a huge part of why we do it. So we kind of, we might drip feed some songs slowly.
I can imagine you guys be itching to get out there. Yeah,
for sure. The really like crappy sounding garage band demos don't quite sound as good as when we get together. So it'll be nice to make some noise properly again. I'm got my fingers, toes, legs, arms crossed.
Let's hope it doesn't last too much longer, and you guys can get into the studio and make some real noise. Yeah, it's
for sure.
Everyone's missing the usual sort of recording, touring. Thanks for coming on board, Alex Rocks, today. Jake, Clowns, love it, man.
This song is called Pickle, and you're watching Alex Rocks from the Dog Bar, my favourite bar in St Kilda.
Long time no see. I'm talking to Steve Kilby from the church. Great to see you, man.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
You're quite the Renaissance guy, aren't you, really? You've written some of amazing Australian rock songs, but you've also been involved in literature and art, and we'll touch on that in a bit. What I'd like to talk to you about now is, you know, I'm shooting out of the old George Cinemas, which is the Alex Theatre now. I know you've spent a bit of time here. Can you tell me what it was like for you when you went from being a kind of a local band and then Under the Milky Way went international? How did that change your life?
Well, bear in mind we were always touring America and Europe. Like in 1982, we started touring those countries. So when Under the Milky Way became a hit in America, it was sort of like, we felt like it was a bit of, it might have seemed like overnight sort of thing, but we had been touring there quite a lot. I guess, you know, my life just became more gigs, more time traveling, more time on aeroplanes.
So how long is the longest tour you've been on?
Well, in 1990, the year our next album came out, I think we probably did about 200 gigs, kind of pretty much non-stop. Like
Wow.
That's a kind of a world tour in a row, probably with like maybe a week off in between here and there. It's
a glamorous life, isn't it?
Glamorous. Some of it is incredibly glamorous. You know, obviously when you're swanning around backstage in some big city with a glass of champagne in your hand, meeting all the local sort of people who think that they're interesting, that's kind of glamorous. But other times, you know, getting out of the service station at 4 a.m. in the middle of Idaho to have a wee isn't that glamorous at all. And everything in between.
Yeah.
It's like you've got to really love playing.
Well, rock and roll.
I've done a lot of touring.
Rock and roll chooses you.
What's that?
Rock and roll chooses you. You don't get to choose rock and roll.
Well, many are called, but few are chosen, I guess. And there's, you know, a lot of luck involved, and touring is, it's weird because it's hard work and it's a lot of fun at the same time, and a lot of fun to be had, a lot of trouble to be gotten into, but a lot of tedious stuff of just waiting around, and you're only ever as fast as the slowest guy. So, you know, if the whole band goes into town and everybody goes to a different restaurant, everybody goes to a different shop, you can't get back to wherever you want to go until everybody else comes back.
And then
so
you forget
you're always
the bass
kind
player.
of like, ha 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 ha. Yeah. Well, that is me. So I am the bass player.
You're much more than that, Steve. As I said, you've branched out into many areas of art, including books and literature. You've given a hell of a lot to everyone in Australia with your music and your books. I know you've had international art tours with your paintings, and you even designed a tarot card set, I believe.
The real truth I would like to say yes, but the real truth is a guy recontextualized my paintings and my lyrics into a tarot card deck.
Ah.
So in some ways it is my tarot card deck because it's my paintings on each of the tarot cards, but it's not mine in the sense that Aleister Crowley's was his, and he organized it all and said what it was going to be. I'm more like I was the guy this guy assembled a tarot deck from my stuff. So I wish it had been me, but I can't take all the credit for that. I'm not that far reaching.
Thank you so much for joining us and letting us talk.
No worries. For having me on.
I cannot wait to see the new single next week or in the upcoming weeks. Steve Kilby, The Church.
Thank you very much.
All right, okay, so we got a track, we got a song, we got a video from our first episode that we did. It was like a trial run, and we pulled it off. It was like a dress rehearsal for what we're trying to do now. Unfortunately, then we were slammed with restrictions. We couldn't continue on that journey, so we're doing what we're doing now. We are looking at getting live music back here as soon as we can. We were lucky enough to be able to showcase a live show, a live gig at the Alex Theatre. We were able
The
to...
Old George Cinemas.
The Old George
Yeah.
Cinemas in St Kilda, and put together at the last minute a lineup.
We had 1 week.
We had a lineup of local musicians, a lot of Australian musicians at the Alex Theatre. We got 2 auditoriums. We've got a 500-seater, we've got a 350-seater, and we will be putting on live shows here. We will be filming, we will be showcasing live bands, and doing everything we can to promote live Australian music, new releases, everything we can during this crazy time. Look, this next clip, we got a bunch of members in this band. These guys were all on board on the night. As I said, we got Delicoma Rio, we got Dan from the Black Alleys, Max from the Dead Amigos, Alejandro Adams from Fuck the Fitzroy Doom Scene, and...
What's your name? Mark and Whistle
Yeah,
from the Mercy Kills.
Anyway, fuck yeah. Check it out. This is Delicoma Rio, My Kind of Woman.
We got a special guest for you. Yeah, a very good friend. Delicoma! Woo!
Do I have to leave this in the microphone stand? This is going to be very awkward for me. Good evening to everyone tuning in from wherever you are. My name is Delicoma. This is the Alex Theatre. This is Alex Rocks.
Makes her worth twice the cost.
Thank you.
Hey, Olga, where are you off to this week?
I'm virtually in Sydney.
And where in Sydney are you going to?
I'm going to go to Frankie's, I'm going to eat some pizza and check out some bands.
Wow.
Fangs, Fox Company, Bad Moon Born, and a lot more.
Okay, well, stay safe, sister, and we'll see you next week.
Rock on.
And tonight was brought to you by the letter C. The Casanovas, the Clowns, and the Church. Multi-generational Oz rock. We are still kicking.
Amazing. Yep, amazing lineup. What a great show. And we've got a lot more coming at you. Some amazing Australian bands over the next few episodes. Hang in there. Stay tuned.
See you next week. And it's good night from me, and it's good night from him.